Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the IQA Quidditch World Cup 2018 here in beautiful, very warm, very sunny Florence, Italy. I'm Matt Dwyer.
I'm Mark Kelly.
And here we are about to see another rematch.
Another rematch, yet another.
The United States against Australia.
Here in the semifinals. So quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals. Unfortunately, the way that the bracket worked out, how all the point system worked out for tiebreakers and whatnot, it put USA in the 3rd seed and Australia in the 6th seed.
Put them face to face
in the quarterfinals.
Really early, as well as also putting the UK in the same side of the bracket.
Which is deadly. On the other side, you have comparatively maybe a little easier run for France, Belgium, and Germany.
Yeah, poor like Team Vietnam, Team Italy on this side of the bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hard run.
It is. But they made it to the upper bracket, and I think they can't be too upset. So we've got these teams facing off again. If you need a reminder, in the 2016 World Cup Finals, the United States coming in with a bit of cockiness, lost to Australia in snitch range.
The cockiness was not undeserved. They'd never been beaten before.
Absolutely, and never been beaten. I don't think even in snitch range up till that point.
Yeah, never won in snitch range.
Yeah.
But Australians came through, won that. It was incredible. I stayed up to 3 a.m. It was great. Was fucked the next. Ooh, I was in trouble next day.
And then the group draw comes out for this World Cup, and it turns out that United States and Australia are in the same group. Yesterday they had a hard-fought, very physical match.
Very physical, very close.
Very close.
Neck and neck.
Absolutely tied 60-all when Tyler Trudeau for the United States was able to catch the snitch. And that was a win for the United States, 90-60, very, very close.
After nail-biting Zika play, both sides nearly catching several times. It was incredible play. But now we're back. I think this is going to be a very interesting game. We're getting set up now. Just want to quickly mention our refs today. We've got head ref
Alex Amadal.
Alex Amadal. Lead assistant rep is Logan Davis. Assistant refs.
Rachel Malone, Nicholas Mueller, Ashara Pierce.
Austin Wallace is the snitch rep, and our snitch today is
Larson Price.
Larson Price, thank you.
Larson has been putting in some big minutes this weekend at snitch. He's been doing quite well. He's excited for this match, as are all the referees. This is potentially one of the big.
These refs, I just want to point out, have been handpicked by both teams. The leaderships of both teams came together and they picked the snitches. The US requested an Australian HR. The Australians requested an American HR. They've got Alex Amadal and Logan Davis in the HR and lead AR roles, respectively. For those Australians at home, for those who don't know what lead ARs are, sort of just the head of the ARs. They do a bit of, they watch quaff a little bit. They watch the other ARs as well, and they also handle speaking captain stuff instead of having to get the ref's attention, which is it's a good initiative.
It's a good position we've added to the U.S. reffing crews. I personally like it. It's another qualified referee who has vast knowledge of the rules. They're able to help control the game with the head referee, be a sounding board for any calls, anything like that. I like it a lot.
We're getting set up now. Looks like we're about to start. I noticed the Australians have put on, pardon me, Australians have put on Dean Rodhouse and Nathan Morton in beating. Got a little bit of speed for the brooms up. Cal Mailing and Andy Kolf, as well as Cassia Menkhorst. No, that's Cassia Menkhorst and Taya Wilson. Taya Rawson. Yeah.
And on the American side, it looks like we're also starting dual male beater. We've got Jackson Johnson and Sam Hamowitz, although Hamowitz doesn't normally play beater, as well as Casey Irwin, Simona Renz, Marty Bermudez, and starting at keeper, I believe that's Lindsay Morella.
And Sam Hamowitz would be here for the sprint.
Yes, yes. Normally playing at chaser.
All right, we're about to start up now.
It's electric here. Everyone here is watching this game.
Here we go. Hold on to your headbands. Ref wisely getting out of the way.
He's building the suspense. My gosh, Amadal.
And we're up. Bludgers go to the Americans. Quaffle goes to the Americans. Morton goes for a tackle. Looks like the Australians are going to get the bludgers back.
Yeah, that was a good play by the Australian beaters there, able to disrupt,
really nice.
get right in the way to get the bludgers back, but that was a good run-up.
It was good field awareness knowing that the quaffle wasn't driving as well.
Yeah, and the Americans will sub in Lulu Zhu and Max Havlin on the beater line and
cool.
Augie Monroe at keeper.
We saw that beater combo a lot yesterday. They were very effective.
They weren't effective early in the game, I don't think, but after the U.S. took a timeout, they recouped and they really turned it on.
Beater battle is indecisive, leaving Australia with nice beat from Dean, but Lulu's coming back in. Morton's got to watch his back.
The Australians putting on a little bit of pressure early, trying to get USA back on their heels, I think.
Looks like we've reset now. Taya Rawson stepping up as a second point. Andy Kolf on main point.
Havlin's going to try and walk up the quaffle.
Oh,
he's missed the beat.
Dodge. Andy Kolf's a big boy, but he can dodge.
Marty Bermudez trying to set the screen for Monroe.
It looks like it was supposed to be a pick, and then it just was a massive wrestle match.
It looks like they've missed the beat there, and Havlin and Zhu recover bludger control there.
Ooh, doesn't want to drive through Cal Mailing. That's a wise decision. Morton now trying to keep the bludgers occupied.
Monroe really trying for it.
Doesn't find home. Australians have no bludgers, but they have the quaffle.
Missed pass there to Irwin. That was good pressure by the Australian defense, really making Monroe think where he was going there.
Yeah. Coming out now, Cal Mailing pacing it up. Morton flanking around the side, getting cornered off by Lulu. Looks like he's beat.
Mailing getting around Bermudez. He passes across.
Oh!
Beat on the play and a missed goal.
It looks like it's going to, it's going back to ground. Good defense there from the Americans.
Yeah.
Good bludger play.
Very good.
Good work by Lulu to sort of cordon off Nathan Morton. And then Dean Rodhouse's beat was ineffective.
Mailing got around Bermudez pretty easily there.
Yeah,
though.
Mailing's a big boy, but he's agile. You wouldn't think it.
Quite a tall man. Monroe looking to drive here.
Oh,
he passes off to Arends.
He gets the pass off, and it goes straight to Cass Mancost.
It was a good look to Casey Irwin on the short hoop, but there was too much congestion in the lane.
Morton with a big beat. Oh.
Australia
Beautiful.
Recovering bludger control there.
Really lucky. Morton flicking a bludger back and actually hitting his beater partner. Like it was a beater and not a chaser, because otherwise he would have lost bludger control.
It worked out for him.
Morton flanking around behind the hoops, makes a big resetting throw of his bludger, goes for a tackle, gets beat. Quaffle doesn't take the opportunity.
And we've got Simone Arends defending Mailing now.
Doesn't like his opening yet.
All right.
Morton coming up now with 1.5. Passing the bludger, really nice there.
Good relay by Zhu to Havlin. Havlin chasing down the quaffle.
I like Havlin's speed. Oh, he almost gets the hand of the ball. It's going to go back to the Australians. Looks like the Australians might recover bludger.
And it's a no bludger situation. They're going to have to hit here.
And James Osmond puts the ball in the hoop, putting the first score on the board, drawing first blood. 10-0, 10-0 rather, to Australia.
That was a good play by the Australian beaters. Havlin overextended himself, creating the no bludger situation for Australia.
Australia creating another no bludger situation, but it looks like they might lose control of it. They took a wild throw. Australians now losing bludger control after that. It's a bit unfortunate. Luke Derrick now coming on for beating. Luke Derrick and Nathan Morton are a dangerous combo.
Derrick gave the U.S. a
Big
lot
tackle.
of trouble. Pass across the hoops, and it looks like that'll be
there
maybe.
There are no bludgers. There's one bludger. There's two bludgers. Miles is running back.
Augustine Monroe's taking a shot.
And we've got an injury on the American keeper.
That was a big hit that he took as he dove in there. That's Augustine Monroe.
He seems all right.
He's getting up, a little bit shaken up. It's a tough character. The game is big. The game is physical. The hits are going to be large. But these teams are up for it.
Yeah. Even the smallest players here can hit hard.
Absolutely. I was analyzing the Malaysia game earlier and talk about small players hitting hard.
Yeah, Vanessa Go.
Holy cow. All right, back to the action now. Australia bringing it up slowly towards the center.
Luke Derrick now stepping up, unarmed, with Denny Tasman. Denny goes for his fakes.
Your beaters like their backwards hats.
Yeah, they do. I never really understood. It's always been a thing.
Bermudez on point
Derrick
now.
catches.
And Mailing getting around Bermudez again. The second
no
tackle from
defensive
Irwin
beaters.
doesn't work. Blocked by Archibald. He's fumbled it. Australia recovers. And there's a beat.
Looks like the ball's going to go to the Americans. It's a big scrum.
Not quite yet.
Haviland's
Zoo's
chasing
in there.
down the bludger.
Haviland way overextending himself there. He's lucky he didn't get beat.
I'm enjoying Haviland's risky plays. They're very exciting to watch. These extensions.
The man is a machine. If you ever watch him in the regular season, he just goes and goes. Americans holding bludger control, keeping it in the Australian defensive half. Casey Irwin handling the ball.
Pressing up now. Lulu looks like she's going to press on Denny. She misses.
She missed her throw. And they elect not to beat Zoo there. And it's a pass across to Nick Marino. He gets it to the inside to Hamowitz. And Hamowitz.
Score.
It looked to be a goal. There's a stoppage of play there.
The quaffle hitting Derrick in the face. Unfortunately. You can see him just go, oh. We got a replay coming up now.
We see Archibald here. He's driving it into Marino. Marino to Hamowitz. And Hamowitz a good finish there.
It was a good beat by Denny on a driving player. It was probably the right choice to make, but he'd already decided to pass off.
Yeah.
And the pass was there.
Already commitment. Hamowitz, good job getting open on the backside. 10-all here. So Australia brings it back up the field. It's Mailing.
The cheer squads from each side are going nuts. Now they're yelling at us. Thanks, Ashwin. Oh, big beat from Denny.
But USA maintains bludger control in this instance.
Ooh.
And they're looking to pressure a little bit. Zoo pressuring. Australia passes back.
They
Wild throw from
Denny's
Haviland.
going to get that bludger. Denny is very fast. Derrick with a big beat.
And a big drive in.
Oh!
And he's just tipped it in. Top of the hoop, bottom of the hoop, and through. A lucky bounce there, but a good athletic play.
And a big beater play there as well. It looks like we just had a beat us up.
Haviland got a little bit greedy there.
Is that now?
He made a wild play. We've got Jackson Johnson subbing in now.
And now Bailey Fields. I do believe they play together. Is that right?
They do. They do. Good beater trade there.
Big trade there. Oh! Wow. The Australians are going to rebound. No, they're not.
Mailing wants it on the run.
Control those bludgers. Looks like they're going to do it. No bludgers in the American defense, but the Australians aren't pressing.
Jackson Johnson back into position, but Australians get the control.
There's a beater right there.
Blocked by Archibald. Great point-blank block. But there was a good pass to Osborne there.
Yeah, it was an excellent pass. It was just there's a beater right on. There's a beater resetting in that moment. Big throw there from Luke Derrick. Doesn't go. Deflected. Big tackle is stepped. Nice beat from Morton.
Pass over
nice
to Julia
pass.
Bear. Across to
Hamowitz.
Hamowitz jukes. He misses.
Doesn't hit the,
Marino's got the recovery, and Johnson signaling, go in,
what an alley.
Feeds to Hamowitz. Great alley-oop there. That was some good beater chaser communication.
Luke Derrick right down in the American side.
He's really trying to get control back.
Ooh, wow. Really, really aggressive bludger play here from the Australians.
They're getting very aggressive, and you'll see Derrick and Johnson exchanging a handshake there.
They're both enjoying the game.
They are.
We've got a replay coming up now.
We've got Marino coming on the outside here. That was a great feed inside. You see Johnson creating the space there.
And Mailing with those, stepping the tackles.
Yeah.
He's about 20% more agile than you expect. Than someone of that size that build has any right to be.
He's got those big, long legs to make those strides. Although, you know what? Really, the entire Australian squad does. In terms of size, I think on average, the Australian squad is a little bit beefier and a little bit taller.
Definitely is a tall team, and at a distance, they all look tall. So they don't, you don't see them, and then you see someone whose height walk up to them, you're like, oh wow! All right, so we got this beater battle on the left side. It looks like the Americans have won the beater battle. There's a bludger behind their hoops, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade if Morton presses that, and it's on the American hoops, so I don't think that's going to work for them.
Yeah, I think Morton's best strategy here is maybe drop back.
Just drop back, and he's going to do that. Bailey Fields recovering that bludger.
We've got Marino on point with Bear and Hamowitz for
Dean
the US.
Rodhouse coming on now. Dean and Morton, very experienced beaters, have played together before. Long time ago. Oh, big beat there. Dean Rodhouse collecting the spare bludger. The ball goes wide. It's going to go back to the Americans.
Bad beat by Johnson, and that's a turnover. And that's Archibald. Johnson's lucky there. Harry Greenhouse subbed in now for Team USA.
Morton with the big tackle. He's going to try and drop him. Doesn't manage to. Takes the beat. He can't find the opening. He does find the opening.
Woo!
Wow, big shot.
That was a laser from Archibald.
The Australians rebound in big style, though. Dean Rodhouse racing the length of the field.
Johnson recovering the bludger control for the Americans there. Man, Rodhouse,
Dean is a runner.
Ah, man, he just ran a 4-second 40. Mailing driving in. He's got wrapped up. That was a great feed in there by the Australians. However, I think there was a beat before the pass off.
What am I doing? Jesus.
We'll see what the call is here. I believe that was a no goal. That was a no goal there. Amadal being ready for the restart. It was a pass after beat, it looks like. Ball restarts with Greenhouse. It was a great play, though. That was exactly what I think Australia needed to do there. Take that space in front of the hoops. And the chaser there, Mary, just boxed out Archibald to get that pass. Australia with bludger control now.
Morton looking up,
And
looking to battle. He's not even looking at the quaffle.
Luke
You know what he
Langone.
wants.
Trudeau.
Interesting bait. He's back in.
Little miscommunication there. Trudeau on the outside. Looking for the feed. Back up to Langone.
Oh, and what a beat.
They beat him right in the heel.
What a beat. It's not going to convert, though. Oh, it is going to convert.
And that's a call.
And that's a call.
Yeah.
He sort of jumped.
Frisson jumped up to try and block
dodge it, but he landed on the American. I think they're going to call that for jumping into a player, perhaps.
Yeah, that.
And also probably for maybe a pass after beat.
That was.
He may have started his motion, but.
Yeah, that a bit, I believe was an illegal charge. That's Frisson there.
We're going to have a little look at that.
Yeah, Johnson protecting.
Yeah,
and he just jumps to dodge and just jumps right into him. That's a yellow. Tough but fair. And that'll be Greenhouse with the quaffle. He had the right idea, I think.
And he dodged the beat. No, he didn't throw the beat. He didn't throw the beat.
Morton ready to go on the quaffle here with Greenhouse.
He would have made that choice to jump and then thought, oh dear.
Greenhouse working it up, and
big tackle from Dean.
Now Johnson coming inside and Fields. Johnson behind the hoops, and it was a feed. Greenhouse to Langone.
Fantastic beater play as well there.
That was hyper aggressive beating. Not much that the Australians could do there.
Score is 50-20 to the Americans.
And quite a turnaround from yesterday. If you'll remember yesterday.
It was 40-20 around this time. Oh, maybe a bit earlier. Sorry, 40-0.
40-0 before United States took a timeout.
Yeah.
And here I think we've seen a much different strategy. The United States is, I think, a little more pass conscious than drive conscious here.
Yep. They definitely are.
Great hustle there by Australia.
And good chaser play there for the Americans. Greenhouse pacing it up.
He's got Trudeau moving in. Trudeau trying to set the pick, but the Australians are moving around the picks very well.
Oh!
That's Frizzon moving around that pick.
And that board is going nuts.
And the Australians recover there.
All the blood is hitting the ground there, most of the blood is hitting the ground there for a moment.
Nice.
Oh, big
Some
beats.
thundering beats there. And
Come on,
Trudeau's
Denny.
on a run.
Ah, he missed
He
the
was
beat.
watching the beaters. He's lucky he
Big
didn't get
tackle. Big
pass
tackle.
off. It's a greenhouse,
Called
and they're
no
calling
good.
it no good.
Called no good.
Calling
I
it
think
no
that was on the
good.
beat
And
from
might
Luke
have gotten a
Derrick.
beat there. It was hard to tell from this angle.
Danny and Derek are very pleased with themselves on that pair.
That was a great play by the Australians.
Yeah.
Trudeau looking behind him
What
for
a
the
tackle.
bludger. He's lucky. He's lucky that someone didn't step up like Osmond and just destroy him.
Yeah.
Complete.
Osmond laid the tackle. He stopped the charge.
But in the blindside hit, Trudeau was already turned around. He's lucky he didn't get popped there.
More subs. James Williams coming on now for the Australian beaters.
Bermudez back in, and it looks like Havlin,
Yeah,
and
Havlin
Zoo.
Interesting that the Americans are subbing their beaters as pairs and the Australians are just rolling through.
I think that's part of the.
Oh, big tackle from James Williams.
I
see
think
an
that's
advantage call.
there's an advantage call there. Pass over the hoops is a miss, and the U.S. has that, and we have two referees calling the advantage call. I think that's part of the United States strategy. Is the beaters were drafted in pairs so that they could work together in pairs, and you'll see like Havlin and Zoo work together in the regular season, Johnson and Fields together in the regular season. I think that's kind of just the style they want to play. Whereas you were saying the Australians more roll through and are able to have a more diverse cast of beater pairs.
Yeah, you get a bit more dynamic matchups, a bit more varied matchups rather.
I think there's
but
advantages
you
and
lose
disadvantages
you
to
lose
both
a bit of
systems.
you lose a little bit of that. I think the big thing is that the Australian big matchups that they want to run, those players don't normally play together. So they don't have that advantage of like having a lot of experience in club play or in normal seasonal play together. They play against each other all the time, but not alongside. James Williams looking for the battle there, really wanting the battle. Nearly loses his bludger, but that's all right.
Ultra to Bermudez.
Bermudez doesn't find the way through.
Yeah, Osmond good
Big
defending
tackle.
there.
Oh!
Archibald
big
having
kick.
a boot. Didn't really work. Wait, no. Hamowitz comes up with it. Bounce to Lindsay
Oh!
Morella. Blocked by Osmond.
Osmond blocks with his face.
I was going to make a joke about American soccer not doing well, but Hamowitz came up with it there.
He did.
I suppose the
That was a
United
great kick.
States scores a goal every once in a while. Great, incredible defense there by the Aussies. Meanwhile, on the other pitch, Italy playing Team UK. Quite a bit of cheering there from the Italian home crowd.
Australians getting black bludger control.
Newton looking on the outside. He's been
Ooh,
beat.
he's not been beat. But it's in the dog pile, and the Americans beat us.
He had lost the ball. I thought he was beat. There was a little traffic, and Bermudez comes up with it.
That was a nice little play getting bludger control back from the Australians. Unfortunately, the Americans, the Australian chasers didn't press on it.
Australia now holding bludger control.
The American cheer squad really getting in on there.
That's Williams
Derek
and
with
Derek.
the big beat.
Oh,
big throw.
And now the Australians probably looking to press.
It goes well over ahead, and that's probably going to hit the hard boundary. Williams cleaning up the last of the players. There's one player on. Oh!
Morella just trying to salvage something from the play.
Wow,
She gets
that
hit.
is an enormous tackle from Andy Kolf.
Morella's
She is
trying
a
to
little bit
shake that
injured.
one off.
And
Yeah.
a broomstand call from Logan Davis.
She had literally no support there. Everyone else had been beat out. I'm not sure if that was a bad pass or just a way to stall to get bludgers back.
Yeah.
United States was without bludgers on defense.
It looks like
And here's
There's
the
that
kick play
excellent
from
kick.
earlier.
Goes straight to
Hamowitz
the
being
player.
able to pick that up. Passing inside to Morella. It bounces.
Oh.
Bounces off Osmond.
off his face.
Osmond's a pretty big guy. And Morella looks okay. She's running it off. She's tough.
True Willow style, Osmond there using his head. All right, we've now got Dean Rodhouse on with James Williams. These two have played together an enormous amount.
Newton cocked back, looking for his opening. Setting the pick.
Ooh.
Marino now guarding Newton.
Big throw, hitting the beater across the pitch. Interesting choice from Williams, and it worked. Oh, missing the beat. Miles looking for the step.
I'm not so sure that beat missed. I think I heard something. Newton passes off. It's intercepted by Archibald. He's going to drive into 2 bludgers.
Williams didn't see it. Williams didn't see that changeover, I think.
That's okay. Rodhouse was right there. Archibald couldn't go anywhere. That was a great play from Havlin, though.
Oh,
and Havlin's recovered control. Zeus throws the bludger back just a bit early, and Rodhouse recovers. And the Australians keep control there.
And Andy Kolf gets to it. That's Australian number 1, Andy Kolf. Also Australian number 2, Andy Kolf.
He's both 1 and 2. He's that good.
Player 3, and number 3, and number 4. Team of Andy Kolf.
He can play a full round of free-for-all Super Smash Brothers. Just by himself. Players 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mailing bringing it up the pitch.
James Williams pacing it down, flanking around long. He gets the run in, throws his bludger back, and Williams makes Cal Mailing makes the drive. It goes straight to the keeper's hands. And he's shaking his head. He's looking at Andy Kolf.
Archibald's got some sticky hands there. He just palmed that immediately.
And it just straight into his hand.
Yeah.
Magnetic hands.
Looks like there's a call there. It's a yellow.
And we're not sure what the card was for. We've been told it's an illegal charge.
And that'll be the ball back to the Americans. Australia still maintaining bludger control, though. It's Rodhouse and Williams, although Williams now taking a sub.
Subbing for Nathan Morton again.
And we've got Fields and Johnson coming in, looking to get control back.
Jackson Johnson.
Archibald shaking a tackle.
Morton wants the battle. He wants it. He's not gonna, no, he doesn't. He's changed his mind. I think he really wants us to draw the battle out, to make it happen early and protect his secondary beater. Oh, Dean's going to make the run. He's going to beat it. He's not going to. Dean is a fast guy.
Johnson single-handedly getting bludger. Well, did he get bludger control? He did.
Nice kick from Morton.
He did. Great help by Fields.
And we're down again.
Great help by Fields there.
Oh, that was not a brooms down.
That was from the other pitch.
Oh,
bad miscue there. The quaffle bounces right off Johnson. Great block by Mailing. Johnson recovering the ball, getting it out of the way.
Throwing a bludger at a quaffle.
Johnson's he's an animal right now.
And that's a goal.
And Archibald off the tee cross into the hoop.
Incredible. Incredible. I did not think I would see a bludger being thrown at a quaffle at World Cup. That is amazing. I think it was exactly what they needed in that moment.
Johnson did every single thing on that play except the goal. Here he is. He's beaten. He gets the quaffle bounced off him. It rolls back. It gets blocked by Mailing. Johnson beats the quaffle out of the way back to the United States into Archibald's hands, who drives in for the goal.
Cassie Mancourse would 100% have had that quaffle. She was going to slap it back to the Australian hoops if he had not have done that.
Just a split-second decision by Johnson was great there. Great effort by the Australian. Absolutely.
That is Johnson's goal.
Mark him for an assist there.
Maybe 5 points, yeah. Give him an assist.
Yeah.
Give 5 to the person who actually scored the goal, sure. Beat it by a showing.
It's kind of like taking someone out in a shooter game. You get most of the damage, and someone else gets the kill. You get the 8 points. They get the 2.
Yeah.
We've got a restart of play here. Australia bringing it back up the field. Australia holding control. It's Derek and Morton
now.
Derek and Morton pushing in.
Yeah, pushing around the flank. We're at 60-20 now. The Australians have to score to get in range. Snitch-on-pitch. Morton throws his bludger back. It's called safe. The Australians get their bludgers back to their hoops. Cal Mailing's making the run.
Marino's guarding him.
Oh!
Picked off by Archibald. That was a great move by Johnson there. Risky, but it paid off.
The Americans are getting much better at blocking those passes.
Fields drawing the bludger a bit, but still maintaining control. Yeah, I think it's rare to see the higher level teams be passing across the hoop like that. You see that with lower level teams, but in that case, Archibald had the heads up awareness to just pick it off.
Interesting switch up in the Australian defense suddenly.
Morella passing off to Irwin. Irwin on the ropes. They're resetting. It's a missed pass back to Archibald, and Frisson was chasing that one down. He nearly had the turnover.
John O'Brien now defensive seeking against Greenhouse. And he's not letting him pass. Well, they're not letting him pass, rather. Apologies.
USA up 60-20 here.
Gets a little beat. And the Australians letting the quaffle past. Or are they? They are.
Simona Renz.
That would be really cool.
In a keeper. Havlin creating a little space, compressing the defense.
Ooh, running around Cal-Mailing.
He's running the mile.
Doesn't find the spot. Makes the drive.
Arenz passing on the outside to Morella. Morella
Makes
over the
pass.
top to Heald.
Oh!
Heald blocked.
Slapped away by Taya Rawson, I believe. Greenhouse is one-on-one with the Snitch now, though. The Snitch there almost goading Greenhouse in. I would be worried to make a play like that. But he knows what he's doing.
Larson's a big man. He's got a lot of strength. He's a good physical match for Harry, I think. I think if you're USA, you've just got to wear him down. Subs for between Harry and Greenhouse and Trudeau, as they've been doing. But O'Brien looks, he's quite a physically imposing specimen.
He is, yeah.
You've got Osmond now in a keeper.
A indecisive beater battle early on. Now it's Havlin stepping up against Derek. Derek choosing not to take it.
Do I see Damon Osborne in?
You do see Damien Osborne.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen him yet. He was crucial in the game yesterday.
Damien Osborne sitting in that wing position. He's not going to get a pass though. Not with Havlin right on top of him.
And Havlin's going to put on just a bit of pressure. Irwin coming up as well.
Luke Derrick really looking for that opportunity to get back bludger control. Havlin not giving it to him. We've now got Havlin and number 19, Cole Travis. Is that right?
Yeah, that'll be Travis and Havlin. They're running this two-male set for the Snitch-on-pitch. They were practicing it during the Austria game. Despite being up, the United States defended to practice that set. I think that it's probably going to pay off for them a bit here.
Oh,
Greenhouse.
big runs there from Greenhouse.
He's getting closer, but Price is still holding them off.
John O'Brien coming in, but he can't make headway with those beaters right there.
Yeah.
Luke Derrick looking to help out.
Yeah, Johnson and Havlin just kind of total protection on the Snitch there, and Greenhouse will take a sub.
Yeah.
Aaron's kind of by himself. Osborne playing very loose defense. Pass off to Irwin, just a little hard.
Oh, and Damien Osborne has the ball. This is good. This is what Australia needs. They've broken out of that little slow ball.
Osborne driving up the field, taking a turn.
Oh!
Blocked!
Wow.
Incredible block through the hoops there. Mark Travis for that block. That was amazing.
And the ball is on the sidelines amidst the American spectators. I think that is quite right, Leah Broomstown.
They're getting quite a wrestling scrum down in there.
James Osmond's holding the quaffle. We're going to see what happens. We've got a replay coming up here. Oh,
incredible block.
Destroying the hoop.
Yeah. That was Travis there with that block with the bludger. Mark him down for that. You've got... It looks like Archibald came in for the U.S. for just a few seeker rotations, 2-3 runs, and now they subbed out for Trudeau. Trying to see, I guess, if Archibald's size could probably get around him. Like he's got quite a length. Yeah.
Bowing to each other, acknowledging each other.
Trudeau's a physically imposing guy.
This will be hard. We're going to have to see what happens here. There was a contested quaffle, and I believe it's out of the hard boundary. So we'll have to see what happens.
Referees conferencing here.
There are 3 Australian chasers in there. We can't actually see. It's outside of the camera's angle, so we can't actually get an angle on it. And the Italians just did something excellent across the field.
Yeah, there's an eruption from the Italian stands. I love seeing the home team stands. Yeah. They've got flags, they've got flares with colored smoke,
flares.
Sparklers. They're going nuts over there.
Luke Derrick coming off now. Luke Derrick coming off.
It looks like there was a card.
That hurts.
That is huge. Not only Derrick, a very important part of this snitch-on-pitch play, but
during seeker play,
it looks like we've got another foul here. Arenz also going to the sideline.
Wow.
So
okay, double beater card.
No,
Which team?
Arenz is Arenz was the keeper.
He was the keeper. That's why he doesn't have his headband. Yes.
I'm gonna say in this situation, specifically snitch-on-pitch, this hurts Australia more.
I would agree.
Yeah, Australia getting the ball. Irwin on the defense.
Mary stepping.
That's Mary.
Taya Rawson coming in as a seeker now.
She's quite tall too. She's taller than Trudeau.
And she's stronger than you'd possibly think.
I can see the tone. And now it looks like
Damien
both
Osborne.
teams, they kind of want to kill here.
Got a bludger on him.
Osborne out to Osmond.
Denny,
and
he's
now
aggressive.
Trudeau's got a chance. Osmond coming in. He misses the dunk.
Denny being aggressive during snitch-on-pitch play when he doesn't have another beater.
Mary recovers. Her shot is low.
Travis there. Oh!
And another shot.
Oh!
And from mid-range.
Wow.
And just like that, it's back in snitch range.
Wow.
If you're Australia, do you go for the overtime?
Of course.
Absolutely.
You take the 30 points.
Trudeau getting ever closer.
Hard to do when the beaters are on there, though.
And now the Australians have subbed back in O'Brien to go against Price on the snitch game.
Wow.
And it looks
like Derek's back in.
That was
just in time.
That was the most perfect beat I've ever seen from Travis.
Oh, but
woo!
A beautiful alley-oop from the American there.
Right to Heald, perfectly through the top hoop. Rachel Heald, if you've never seen her play in the regular season,
the Australians
incredible.
Not pressing the snitch, which is quite surprising.
I wonder if he's waiting for beater help. He doesn't want to risk going 2-on with the snitch. Although Price just kind of debrooms him there. I think he wants some one-on-one. Trudeau.
Oh, and he has the snitch. He has the snitch.
I think the snitch is calling it off. He's reached around with the second arm. I know that was a point of contention on the catch yesterday.
That was.
Yeah. Oh, the Americans have scored. That's why. That's why they weren't going for the snitch.
Yeah.
We've got the debroom there. Trudeau coming in, reaches with the left arm. It looked to me like there was some pulling with the left arm. I can't perfectly tell from that replay.
The snitch is putting the snitch back on.
And the call is no good.
Called no good.
That's all right. That's the best look that either seeker has had so far.
Yeah, that was an excellent move. Called no good, but nevertheless, good play. The snitch is calling.
Yeah.
He's talking to the crowd.
Price is hyped up.
To me, that's sort of a signal to the Australians to try and interesting
almost
shot.
Quite a goal.
No.
Osborne.
It's got to go to Cal Mailing though. There's two leaders in his way.
And they're calling that a turnover. I don't know. It looked like Osborne got that one off in time.
Cal Mailing was not particularly happy.
Yeah. Mailing might have had a chance there. Trudeau still getting plenty of time. And
the Australians almost getting budget control back.
Derek beating Jackson Johnson, or that was Travis there. They both got long hair and beards. And Marty Bermudez on the far side. Bermudez driving in. A long beat from Derek has missed.
The Australians don't have their bludgers in.
Bermudez kind of just having a jog here.
Morton out of play. Coming back in now. The Americans not choosing to attack.
Yeah.
Interesting choice. They're just going to slow ball it.
To Morella, to Irwin.
Oh, and Greenhouse
like
holding the snitch. He looks pretty pleased with himself.
Woo! He just came flying in there.
He looks pretty pleased with himself. They're discussing.
We'll see if we can get a replay here in a moment. Greenhouse hyped.
Replay just now.
You'll have to see picture-in-picture here. Price, Greenhouse just charging in.
Ooh,
Great
wow.
move. Great move.
And that's called good.
And that's it. And the Americans have taken the quarterfinal match against Australia, 100 to 30.
Wow, what a game. Incredible energy, incredible effort from both sides. I think the Americans had the bludger game a little bit.
Absolutely.
In their favor, and they got control and they held it, and the Australians weren't able to crack into that.
I think that was quite an adjustment from yesterday, both in the bludger game and on the offense. I think I saw a lot more passing today than I did early yesterday.
Especially,
Yeah.
And more importantly, I think, more than like just more passing, is that they were blocking the Australian passing on defense. They did a really good job of like identifying where those passes were coming from and getting a hand to them and putting them down.
I think Archibald had at least 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the other side, of the ball, almost all mid-range shots and passes close to the hoops were blocked by the Australians in one way, shape, or form, incidentally or otherwise. I think Osmond got a good one in the face there.
Yes.
But they did quite a good job of getting both arms up. They're tall, imposing players. It just happened to work out that the U.S. was able to get a few more in there before they were.
Yeah. I think kind of crucial moment there, 60-20, and a couple runs and the Australians weren't able to score or to recover bludger control. And the Snitch had a lot of time on, sorry, the Seeker had a lot of time on Snitch. That was sort of a crucial little period that the Australians weren't able to recapture the game, weren't able to take back momentum of the game.
Yeah, the United States, I think, did a very good job of keeping up their momentum there. They definitely got fired up after some of the plays. We talked about a Jackson Johnson play here in the middle where he did basically everything for a quick goal from Archibald, and I think that kind of cemented their, I don't know, their momentum, as it were.
Yeah.
All right. This has been Matt Dwyer
and Mark Kelly,
and we're going to kick it over to our analysts now for some more post-game analysis. We've got Kat, Siraj, and Bex. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the analysis desk. We just finished the game, well, the rematch between the US and Australia. After what happened yesterday, today the audience was expecting a lot coming from the Australian team. However, they once again claimed their loss by, was it 130 with a snitch caught by the US. Our analysis have got a couple of notes here and they're ready to share with us.
Wow.
Where do you want to start?
Well, where do you start with a game like that? Like, that is the biggest game of the tournament. Big hits all around. You could hear the sound of the bludgers like across the field, like popping off each other. I really enjoyed that. It was the first 3 plays, at least, were just a bit of a brawl. Everyone was just like round the hoops. Like, nobody quite knew where the quaffle was. They were just like trying to get it, and then everyone calmed down a little bit, eased up the game, relaxed a little bit, and then you got like a nice passing game. The US lost Monroe, Augie Monroe, number 10, quite early in the game, and that was a big blow. Like,
that's definitely a big blow for the United States that they were thankfully able to.
He is the GOAT.
He is. Augustine Monroe. I mean, came back. Wasn't on the team last time. Was making his return from the 2012 Global Games team. So as soon as he goes down, doesn't come back on pitch, we're a little bit worried for the U.S. side. But they're able to rally with still have superstar keepers with them, Jake Archibald and Harry Greenhouse and the like. But you were saying it started kind of slow, or started kind of scrappy. The U.S. and the Australian sides both not really able to penetrate each other's defense. I was going to say, at least at the top of the game, the Australian defense seemed really strong, stopping the American drives, because Americans, big drivers.
Yeah, big
Here's
plays,
a Reaper here, nice kick beat there from to reset the play. But here's a good example of what I was just about to get into, is more positioning and passing play. Off the top of the game, the Americans were depending a bit on their size and their drives. It's something they're known for usually. And that works pretty much against any team other than Australia. But once they kind of settled down, like you said, I'm not sure if it was after the timeout or before, they started working passing back in. And once they got the passing back in, I feel like that's the moment the game switched into their favor.
Yeah, I think the game was made and lost by the beaters there. Obviously, Jackson Johnson and that defense hitting the quaffle back. Have we got it here? I don't know. Not sure that exact play, but yeah, hitting the quaffle back by throwing his bludger at it, getting it away. That was an amazing play.
Oh, that play just there. I actually have that one written down in my notes.
Oh, well,
Marino to Hamowitz.
Sorry.
Marino and Hamowitz, great passing and positioning, I was going to say.
Because what's very interesting with Australia versus the US, how they've attacked this tournament as a whole. Obviously, the US has been going in with this like hashtag redeem team thing, having lost on the Snitch Cash back in Germany in 2016. So they spent the whole week training, But that's not enough compared to Australia, who've been training, having their monthly camps meeting and training together, which is a big ask. Like Australia's a big place. As you ask anyone from Australia, and they will tell you, yeah, well, I traveled for 20 miles, million miles to get here. And that's why the US has been playing on their existing capsules of players. That's why you had Bailey Fields with Jackson Johnson, you had Zhu and Havlin, you had the, I didn't see Tyler and Julia, which upset me. I like them both. But yeah, playing on those existing pairs, and that's why you have such a good play with Bailey and Jackson there, because they've been playing together from Texas State for years.
Building on that chemistry, as opposed to, as the commentators mentioned, the rolling sub style that Australia was playing. I was going to say as well, what did you think of them once the Snitch came on pitch? That's the first time in the last 3, at least, times these teams have played each other, that a team was out of range when the Snitch came on. Australia was right away on the defense. Because the last 2 times these teams met, in Frankfurt and then yesterday, it's always been a tight game. It's always been Seeker beating Snitch up to the end there.
Yeah.
And then this time, Australia was down. So what did that...
Yeah, what might have been the mistake?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't say anybody made. That's the thing. It's like I think there's a lot of. It's easy to look at it if you don't know what you're talking about. Be like, oh well, he dropped that pass and he missed that beat. But it's like the game is so high level. It's not. They're not dropping these balls or whatever because anybody's inept. It's because it's just so fast. You're not looking at brand new NGB, never played or trouble some people together. No, these are like drilled precision players. It's just the game is so fast that the defenses are so strong on both sides, which is why the score is pretty much the same as any other game, like.
I felt like at Snitch-on-pitch, at least to me, it seemed like Australia started to get a little frustrated. They lost some of their composure. They were missing a few shots that they would have normally made in that kind of situation. But interestingly enough as well, there was no Seeker beating really for a long duration of that game.
Until the US ended up back in range, and then they put a beater straight on that Snitch.
Yeah, it was right away.
They let Tyler, and then I don't know where the Australian Seeker was for a long time. Tyler Trudeau was by himself with the Snitch.
Yeah.
Like Australia couldn't even get close. What I did really like Snitch-on-pitch was the US were playing 3 female chasers, which I really enjoyed. You had Rachel and Casey and Lindsay out there, and
held with the green headband. That's something you don't often see, which is really cool to see.
Rachel's my hero. I've started this like 8 times already, something. But Australia, like, I don't know, they didn't do that. I don't know, they didn't have that same energy.
There was something missing there, a spark. I'm not sure. It's always rough to see 2 teams of this caliber meet at this stage in the bracket.
Yeah.
Now Australia knocked out of the podium standing run, and the USA will be up against whoever wins in the UK-Italy game. So that's going to be a big matchup for them as well. Sad loss for Australia.
Yeah, I think it is disappointing for them because they've obviously been working so hard for it, and it's just the way this bracket has lined up. It's been a weird one to try and orchestrate something for 29 teams. So it kind of worked. Obviously, Australia and the US had the toughest game yesterday, having to play each other yesterday. And that hampered them, which is why Germany came up in the top spot because they beat all their teams out of swim.
Mm-hmm.
And why the UK also was in second seed because they were their biggest team in their pool and they didn't have anyone to really play against. They played Mexico and beat them by like 200 points or something.
Yeah. I mean,
so it's just been unfortunate. I don't know if it was random, if it was truly random. We'll never know. We don't know.
I mean, excellent play on both sides.
Yeah,
this was a fantastic game to watch. Super fun, great Quidditch. And
definitely.
This is, I guess, as you said, their hashtag redeem team is they've taken it to heart. They've definitely taken it to heart. They're here to win. They probably were not expecting to be dethroned in Frankfurt, right? They came through from 2012, 2014, gold medals. To get a silver medal was not in their plans. So clearly they're hungry for more. All they want is gold. It's either gold or going home, apparently, to me. That's the U.S. goal.
It's just exciting that global Quidditch, obviously they invented the sport over there, they dominated for such a long time, and now it's like, hey, like, big things are happening over there. Other teams are hanging with you. You're not the biggest fishes in the pond anymore, and then you get new NGPs, like Vietnam came out of nowhere into the top bracket, like, that's exciting. I was playing for Ireland, won 2 games, first time ever, woo! It's exciting. The sport's every year the sport's getting bigger and better. There's more athletes playing.
Yeah, there's lots of
Still very
so many
exciting,
great
yeah.
upsets. Just like that other World Cup that's happening right now. You never know what's going to happen in bracket play. Anyone's game. Lots of big upsets. I mean, I love it.
I literally read that and they said something about Morocco and I was like, oh, I didn't know they had a team. So there you go. All right, they're yeah. Do we make prediction to win?
Oh, I'm not going to do that.
I'm gonna do it.
There's people watching. I'm not going to make those bets.
I know who I want to win. Who I want to win is different from who I win. I don't know.
Okay.
Your best shot though.
Who are you rooting for then, I guess?
Oh,
Are you
I'm-
going Team UK or?
Team UK, Team Turkey are my like two. I love Team Turkey. Love Team UK.
I mean, my dual citizenship says I'm supposed to support Team UK now, I guess. But I just really love watching Belgium play. So I'd love to see them up there.
I know it gets very difficult when you're here as something like this, like as a European, because it's like, oh well, I have friends on Belgium, I have friends on France, like I have friends on Germany. It's like it makes you choose. It's like that retro MySpace top 8 all over again. You know, throwback to. There you go.
Well, that was some really wonderful comments.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you so much for being here with us. Now we're moving to an interview with an American player who was claiming the victory in the previous game. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
Jake Archibald. How exciting. All right, thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the analysis desk. Today we have Jake from the US team. Well, he just played a really wonderful match and he's here willing to share with us some of his feeling on the previous match.
It was crazy. It was a great match. I wish it had been the finals or at least later on in the tournament. But Australia's a great team, phenomenal, and just a great match.
What was one moment that you was probably the proudest in the match?
Just from the get-go, we came out and we actually played defense, and we actually hit them, and we didn't go down 40-0, which helped a lot. And we came out and played the right way, and just from the get-go, playing all out, full intensity, scoring on offense, not being too tentative, and just imposing our will.
Well, our analysis made a few comments earlier about the fact that at the beginning of the game, you guys were playing a bit of scrappy. What may explain this situation?
I think they had control for a bit of the first part of the game, so we definitely had to scratch and claw for everything we got, especially on offense. But then our beaters settled down, and they got control, and then we started working our lines, working our passing, working our plays, and getting some good looks at the hoops, and it all came from there.
Oh, that sounded amazing. Well, now that we're done with this really tough match, who are you expecting in the next game?
I think the UK just won. It looked like it, and I think we are on their side of the bracket, so I think it's us versus UK in the semis again, so that'll be awesome. They were a great team last two years ago. They gave us a really good, hard-fought game throughout the entire thing. It was close, so I'm expecting much of the same. Lucy is one of the best beaters in the entire game. I'm excited to play against her again.
Oh, that's great to hear. Well, then, is there any particular challenges that you encounter in your previous game against the UK?
They're hyper-aggressive beaters. They beat out very high up the pitch. This is a game where it's good. There's no real reset rule in IQA because we'll have to reset a lot. They're very aggressive, but our beaters are ready for that, and I think it'll be really interesting to see how the beater battles go. They're tough, they're big, they're physical, they like to hit too. A lot of rugby players there, it looks like, too, so we have to get around them, play our way.
Okay, I see. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the US watchers back home, obviously? Just
keep supporting us, keep being positive. We're here for you guys. I I know it's not pretty at every moment. I know a lot of you behind your keyboards think you know better, but hey, we're here, we're doing it. Give us support, and we'll come back home wearing gold.
Okay, thank you so much. I guess that was a wrap for our interview.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having you here. And now we are up for the next game between Catalonia and the Netherlands. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Thank you
Great.
so much.
Thank you.